Hello, welcome back to another video. I am doing another car review today, and if you look around and if you've seen one of my previous videos, you would know I'm at a car dealership in Fort Wayne named Dreammakers, and they sell exotic vehicles, and they have quite a bit of different exotic vehicles, and I am doing a car review here at Dreammakers today, and I am doing it over a 2015 Lamborghini Huracan. So doing the normal stuff, we're going to do the exterior, then the interior, and then we will be able to do the exhaust, which they will be turning it on for us. So if you just look around, it's just a normal Huracan. And they do have batteries, well, the charger is set up to all the vehicles here. Maybe we'll be doing it over that blue GT right there, which is very expensive. But let's just focus on the Huracan today, shall we? They left the door open for us, so, and just very, very neat looking. It's very low to the ground as well. Look how low it is. This will be my first time sitting in a Huracan, instead of just looking into the interior from the outside. Lots of aerodynamics put into this car, and it is just all about aerodynamics. So this air can easily go over like a wing of an aircraft, and through different air vents, like on the bottom and the side, and including the front, to help cool the carbon ceramic brakes this car has. Look at those wheels. Those are really, really nice. This is a naturally aspirated V10 with 610 horsepower. If you look in the back right there, there is forged carbon fiber made from Lamborghini. Here's a better look at it. On the Performante, it is all forged carbon fiber, including the wing, that's right back here. Forged carbon fiber, and forged carbon fiber on the inside. But this is a normal Huracan, so it does not have that. It's just on the engine. We squeeze back here, and here are the exhaust, which will sound really, really crazy. And it does sound better than the R8, because the R8 has a big silencer on it, so you can't hear the V10 as much as you can do on the Huracan, which is, you can hear pretty much the full V10. So now, let's take a look at the interior. Taking another look on the exterior on the side with the door that is closed. Gonna have to be really careful getting on this side, because it can hit and scratch this GT. A better view of the back of the Huracan, and it is from Dreammakers. Even the battery charger is carbon fiber with the Italian flag right there. Lots of carbon fiber on this car. Now we will be taking a look at the interior, starting with the door. Very bland, but yet very nice looking, very smooth to touch. And it does say Huracan on the side of the door. And this is a very, very low car to the ground. I am a 6'3" guy, and it comes up to my waist, just above my waist. So it is very low to the ground. But let's hop in and take a closer look at the dashboard and the steering wheel. Alrighty, now that I'm in the interior, let's take a closer look at the wheel. It's a very smooth leather on the wheel, and it does have the 3 sports on it: Strata, Sport, and Corsa. It does have your turning signals right here, your high beams, and your wipers, so you don't have to take your hand off of the steering wheel when you're driving. The paddle shifters are very smooth and good, feels really good in your hands and stuff on either side of the steering wheel here. And then this is the interior. Not interior, the cluster gauge. But on this one, it's all electronic. More and more cars will be going to that. And depending on your sport mode, it will show different stuff as well. And in like Corsa, it shows what a lot of people say the Aventador. It just shows one giant circle, and it just shows your speed, and then the RPMs and your gears, and that's it. This doesn't have the carbon fiber package, so the vents and the dash does not have carbon fiber on it. It does say Lamborghini right there, because Lamborghini does not want you to forget this is a Lamborghini. There's a lot of different buttons right here to roll down your windows are right here, and your hazard light is right here in the center, and there's another virtual cockpit, as Addie would say, right there. There's buttons up there for your lights. Otherwise, this isn't very complicated. Just a bit more technological than most cars. And right here is the iconic push start button for the Lamborghini, where you have to flip it up and then push to start it, or you can just stick your finger through and start it, or you can flip it up like a jet and then push it. And then right here is your gear selector. It's not a knob like right here, but on most cars, but on this it's just a couple buttons. Park, you click park. Manual, you click that, so then you'd be driving with the paddle shifters. And reverse, you just pull this back. And then there's your parking brake right there. But to put it into neutral, you have to pull both paddle shifters back at once. There's gauges right there as well for your lights, mostly your lights, but there's some other stuff over there as well. So you do have to take your hand off of the steering wheel at night, but oh well. Like your radio and the cockpit, the virtual cockpit stuff. And right here is more storage. Probably as much storage as you'll ever use in this car, unless you daily drive the car, and then there's more storage up in the front. But this is very big. It's probably as big as an iPhone 8. As thick as an iPhone 8, probably not as long as an iPhone 8. I have an iPhone 7, no, an iPhone 8. I don't know if it would fit in there. Most likely would, but could never squeeze it in there. Alrighty, so let's go to the exterior and talk a bit more about the car. Oh, so you can see me. Let's talk a bit more about the car on the exterior and then start it up. One last thing about the interior. The engine is right behind you like most supercars, and you can see straight into it. Sorry if I'm shaking, because I am in a very awkward position right now. But yeah, it's right behind you, and you can also hear the V10, full sound of the V10, and the cockpit as well. So it sounds really nice on the outside and inside of the car. Excuse me about that. But let's head on the exterior and talk a bit more about the car. The trunk on this thing is right here in the front, so it's got a frunk. But it's not that big. You open up and this whole thing opens up. But it's kind of pranking you because it's literally from here to here at max. So it's not very big. It's probably big enough to hold 2 bags, probably 1 book bag, and then your windshield wiper fluid right here. And so when it's open up, the top of the hood is blocking it, so it's really pain in the butt to fill it up. But I'll talk to the guy. I'll talk to the guy and have him turn on the engine for you. That is hefty. There's the dash. When you first turn on the vehicle, you have to let it to heat up. So then the red line will drop down to about 8,000 RPMs. But at first it would be up around 6,000 RPMs for a while. So that was the car review over the Lamborghini Huracan. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and leave a comment, and also subscribe for more content, and I will be coming up here for more epic car reviews. A huge shout out to Dreammakers in Fort Wayne, Indiana for letting me come and do a car review over the Lamborghini Huracan. And I just talked to the general sales manager here, and he did say over the summer when I get out of school I will be able to come up and do more car reviews here in Dreammakers. So maybe a 4GT or the other Lamborghini Gallardo, which is next to the Huracan, or an R8, or many different cars here. But as that being said, oh, and they do have different cars out here because their showroom isn't big enough. And they even have a Nissan GTR, which is a new car here. Look at that. But with that being said, adios, chaps.